during halftime.
I spoke with Director of Player Development David Simon, and the big thing was that they need to be prepared for what the Valkyries are going to do. Chicago is able to shoot more threes than them, and this is obviously a very prolific three-point shooting team. He said they need to be prepared, that they are probably going to take a lot more and try to capitalize out on the other side, still wanting to rely on some of their three-point shooting that Chicago's been capable of doing, continuing finding those shots, but also mixing it up a little.
In this lineup, Vandersloot, Taylor, and Cloud all hit threes in that first half. Good ball movement again. We know Stevens can knock him down too. Getting this Valkyries defense shifting. Step back three in the corner. Off the mark. What the Sky want to do. They want to get the defense shifting.
And that's a great example of it. I know Chicago fell short, but the offense actually ended where it started with Courtney Vandersloot.
All 5 players touching the ball too on that last possession for the Sky. They played with pace. That's when they were at their best in the opening half. Taylor averaging 18 per game as a starter. Pretty split of the defense. Couldn't get the floater to drop. The Valkyries got down big against Minnesota. Came back. Burton was a key part of that. Knocks down the 3 there. Looking to do the same this time around, just a couple of days later. They didn't win that game against Minnesota, but came back.
That's how Veronica Burton has evolved as a three-point shooter as Golden State drops back in that zone. She's no longer just catch and shoot. She can shoot off the bounce like what she just did.
Cloud trying to answer. She's 4 for 4 from 3.
She's already matched what she did behind the arc in her last game versus New York, where she was 4 of 8.
Taylor contesting the Zandalicini cut. Will re-enter to Zandalicini. She loves to work in that spot. That's post fade of hers. Here it is, the fade, and got it to go.
You see the way that she created that space, that separation from Sydney Taylor. That's a really good job. Very savvy, very smooth.
She's going to be on Italy's FIBA Cup team. Vandersloot couldn't drain the 3. Burton knocked down a 3 a couple of possessions ago. Again, the Northwestern alum. Now at a different stage, of course, in her basketball career, but back in the purple and black. Game about that shot and how she's able to also attack the closeout when defenders come at her. Don't forget, coming up after Sparks and Sky, the Valkyries in the Sky join 8. Ward takes the 3, just the respect defenses have to give her. Her leadership has been immense for this team this year. She's talked about how the expectations, of course, have changed from year 1 to year 2 on the outside, but the internal expectations have not changed. It's championship or bust is their mentality, and they play hard and pay attention to the details every day. Taylor went down.
In spite of the hot three-point shooting by Chicago, Golden State's going to stay in this zone, and I like it. They are playing percentages. The Dallas Wings waived her, and there was some self-doubt and trepidation that were creeping in, and then you take a look at that graphic that we just showed of what she's been able to do to go from being waived to finishing 9th in MVP voting.
Zandalicini went down pretty hard there. Hope she's okay. It's your operation down low. Zandalicini started to heat up in this game, so Valkyries will take her out. Battle for the board again down low. Got another foul called. 8-point game. Sky have led by 27%, but it's a single-digit game in the second half.
No lead is safe with Golden State because of the way they play defense and because they can knock down threes. They can cut into a deficit in a hurry.
To your point, that Minnesota game, they lost 76. It was 77-66, but basically held Minnesota to the number that Golden State's been holding teams to all season, which is the best in the league. And Taylor going to whip it down low, down to Cardoso, who's able to finish.
That's when Chicago has been at their best tonight, when they've been stayed a chance.
Cardoso on double-double watch for possibly the 3rd straight game. And Chen's pass slightly out of control and out of the reach of Thornton, who likes to set up in that corner. So you wonder when we'll see her next. Made an immediate impact tonight. Valkyries have brought in subs as well. Stevens off the give and go. Couldn't get the floater to drop. Salon is one of those players that checked in for Golden State, averaging 13 a game off the bench. Came into today 13 points shy of the most all-time by a reserve in a single season. I haven't found her much today, though. Charles mid-range cloud pushing the pace as per usual. Working with Cardoso, who she loves to operate with on that pick and roll. Ball has touched every hand so far for Chicago on this possession, and Cardoso draws a foul. Hayes doesn't like the call. Nonetheless, we will step aside. A 10-point lead in free throws for Cardoso when we come back. Now, word from the shimmy without Dejanay Carrington in the lineup today. So, of course, key element to their bench. Cloud nearly had the steal. Hayes got it back. Little adjustment at the rim. And a foul call.
And that's an unfortunate break for Chicago because that's Golden State. That's what they've done the last 2 seasons is they create their own luck. They create their own opportunities with their activity and by how hard they play. Natalie Nakase and ends up on Golden State Valkyries roster.
She got her 1,000th career assist on Wednesday against the Lynx. Nine-point game. The Valkyries team shooting just 26% on the game, but within single digits here in the second half. Bantam in the sky trying to find a way to pull away. Cloud will take and make. She's 5 of 5 from 3. Oh, Cloud stays red hot. 12-point lead for the Sky. On the roll, Bantam trying to rip it away. Going up and under off the glass. Pretty finish there. Acrobatic in the lane from Ami here.
It's a tough finish by Ami here.
Another one. Sheldon couldn't knock that down to the corner. Hayes like a blur. Opts to whip it out. Charles catch and shoot 3. Right back to a single-digit game we go.
It's a good timeout by Tyler Marsh. A bad shot, an ill-advised shot, a quick shot by Chicago. That's the same as a live ball. What I expected, Jason. I did not think by any means that Chicago was going to walk away with this game just because they built that 21-point lead.
Bantam will take the 3 this time. Couldn't hit it. And Salon got fouled.
Starting to settle out of the zone and settle for those 3s again.
Chen all the way to the rim. Couldn't finish. Second chances and one for Ami here. She has been big tonight for the Valkyries. Not necessarily one of their go-to scorers on the season. Rest of the way. Meanwhile, the Valkyries have trimmed what was once a 21-point lead down to. This is that championship makeup that they have. They do not go away. Sky started this game off up 17-4. Way back in the opening quarter. A little too much contact down low. They do get down. Hayes with the steal and then got fouled. So again, like you said, Shimmy, she makes things happen. 83% at the stripe on the season. 22 points in that matchup. Knocks down the second free throw.
22 points in 17 minutes.
Yeah. This is the closest the game has been, by the way, since it was 6.
Something to keep an eye on if this game continues to be close is the free throw shooting of both teams. Both teams right now shooting below their season average from the charity line.
6 to shoot. Sheldon squeezed the pass through to Jaquez.
That's the difference of Chicago's offense when they've been successful versus this zone. Not just settling for a 3, but trying to get the ball in the heart of the zone defense.
Salon hasn't hit a 3 today until now.